Hello, folks. This is the activity for the afternoon lab the morning lab of July 26th. You are given a part like that, and you're asked to parameterize this part, okay, according to the description that you see in the tree. In other words, your tree, you should be able to go your tree, and by double clicking on any one of these lines, any one of these parameters, you should be able to control or change the part as is described here. Okay, that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and do this. Somehow these parameters, uh, uh, namely material, of course, L, R, W, H, the name of the part, and this angle alpha. And I should be able to go to these lines and change the stuff that I want from here. The whole thing should resize, the name should change, and the material should also be changing. Now, the one thing I want to point out to you, before you create any materials, and this is absolutely before you do anything fancy, if you just make a piece and you apply material on it, immediately it creates a parameter which says, not math, it says material, big M, ATRIAL, material equal to whatever you put, steel. So as soon as you put a material on the property, it creates a parameter for you. But the name of that parameter is actually material, okay? If you want, and I want you to do that, I want to change the name of that material from the default to MAT, okay? That's the only comment that I have. The rest of it is fairly straightforward, okay? So let's go ahead actually and do that and convince you that this actually does happen. For example, you go here. Let's go to CATIA. Start a part file. Say OK. There we are. And before I do anything, I just click on f of x, for example, aluminum, on that part, and then say OK. And look what happened. Immediately, it created a parameter by that name. I haven't done anything yet. Now, if you want to make me happy and change this material to MAT as I want it, all you have to do is you can. Let me see if I right-click properties. Can I do it from here? I can't do it from here, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go to f of x, and there's the material. See that right there? And just change this thing to MAT. And then, okay, notice that it changed like that. So all I'm saying is that to make the GA happy when it comes to marking, just call that thing MAT and we're good. All right, so let's go ahead and create our parameters. We can go and create our parameters, and I'm going to use this order, okay? In that order, and a bunch of numbers which are listed here. If I want to maintain that order, so I better write these things down. L is 3, R is 1, W is 4, H is 4, and the name is something, whatever, that dummy name, 002, and alpha is 100 degrees. Okay, good. So I go to CATIA. You can do these things later on, by the way, but I'm going to do that right now before I make the model. So f of x, let's do the length one first. So here's new parameter down here, see that? I'm going to call this thing L. And I'm going to give it the value 3. New material, new parameter. Next one is going to be R, big R, and the default value is gone. Now, before I go any further, I want to tell you why I put these numbers there. Because in all likelihood, when I created this model, these parameters, these values, which actually gave you something meaningful, not an intersecting, self-intersecting, sketch and thing. If you put L equal to 50 there, you're going to have a problem. You know that. Or if you put R equal to 0, you may or may not have a problem depending on what the plan is. Anyway, so there we are. W, and the number is 4. Another one is H, little h, and the number is also 4. The next one in the list is the name. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go here, change this thing to serial string, sorry, not serial, string right there, and new material, a new parameter, and call this thing the name, right? Name. Because that's what you wanted to appear in the tree. See that? Name equal to. And finally, the last one is angle, so it's going to be degrees, angle. So a new parameter, and I'll call this thing alpha. This is the spelling that I'm going to use. Okay, and 100 degrees. 1,000. Okay, so here is the list of my parameters. Now notice that I didn't name anything. If I want, I can go so dummy name. Okay, dummy name. There. Okay. All right. Now we're going to create our nominal part. So on that vertical plane, I will sketch. This is going to be a nice symmetric. So let's draw something that looks like that. This is entirely up to you how you want to do that. So I will do it like so, and I will let you, if you want, modify that. So let's do the rest of this from here to here, from here to here. Okay, and then we have a circle, an arc of a circle. So I'm going to do it like this. Now notice that there's a comment here which says, I want the center of the circle to be on the continuation of these two lines. This is very important because you don't want to lose much on this. So this one is okay. Right there and right there. I have to clean this up, of course, because you can see that this is not the case. So this point control that arc. I want them to be coincident. This is okay. There's no problem. Let me cancel that. Let's clean it up first. Other places, and then come and do this one at the very end. So this line control that line. Control the middle axis. You want them to be symmetric, because if I take care of these, probably the other one is going to fall into suit. So now let's see. This point control that curve. Can I make it coincident? Let's check that. Oh, still not good. So let's see what else we have here. Let me see. This curve, maybe this curve, control that curve, control the middle axis. Let's make it symmetric. Okay, now let's go and do this. This point, control that line, that arc, coincident. There we are. So the order that you do some of these may matter, otherwise you have to clean it up. Okay, so what do we know here? Let's put these dimensions that we want. Let's see now the dimensions. We have a radius here as a dimension. We have this thing, this is our W, I believe. Yeah. This is our H. What else do we have? This is our angle. That line, and this line, angle. Oh, I think that does it. All right. Excellent. So exit, padded. Now, if you want to mirror extend, well, actually, the drawing shows you L. L is basically that width. Okay. If I do mirror extend, then that length becomes L. It really doesn't matter. It's not a big issue here. Okay. Good. Now we go to f of x. Click on the part. All the things that you want are going to appear. So, for example, I want this thing, add a formula equal to, rename parameter, or you can select it from the tree, either way. So that is W. Okay. This thing, add a formula, and that is your H. This is your R, add a formula equal to R. There's your angle alpha, add a formula equal to alpha. This is the padded length. Where's the padded length? Let me see if I can find the padded length. It must be somewhere here. Okay. The padded length, let me change the rendering here to wireframe. Maybe I can see it in wireframe here. Oh yeah, right there, right up there. You see that? Right up there. So this is your add a formula equal to your L. Okay. Now the only thing that's left to do is this business of name. Okay. So what you do here, you can scroll down and find part number. Part number. Must be somewhere. Let's go further down. Okay, let me, you may not see the part number here because this is information about part. Just click on the part and now scroll down. Part gives you everything, okay? So there must be a part number somewhere here, right here. Part number, add a formula equal to the name, and okay, and okay. Hopefully we didn't forget anything. Let me change the rendering here back to what it was, right there. Okay, that looks good. It is nice and symmetric. So let's go ahead and change these things. What do I mean by change these things? Let me move this tree here so that you can see it better. First of all, the name. Let's change the name. The name instead of dummy, I want to call it July 2022. Notice that it changed to July 22. Let's change the material. From aluminum, I want it to be steel. Big S-T-E-E-L. That aluminum at the very bottom should change to steel. Right there, you see that? L was the padded length. Okay, so let's make this thing very thin. 0.5. There. Let's take the radius. Here's the radius here. This is the radius. Let's make it 0.5. There. Angle alpha. From 100 degrees, let's say, now remember, if you put an unreasonable angle alpha here, there may be issue with the sketch. But anyway, let's make it, let's try 60. See how it looks. Ah, that's good. Okay, no problem there. And H was this height. H is this height. So let's change this thing to, I don't know, maybe 6. There we are. And W was that. W was on the top. Let's make this thing 8. There. All right. So that takes care of this homework. Good luck.